dimensions that exists, you can find the chaos and the balance in that chaos. And it's
I
very
hear
interesting
you.
because
I hear you, but I do not agree with you. Especially
oh,
when it
that's good.
comes to the highest level of enlightenment. There is absolutely no chaos at all
Okay,
on the highest level of enlightenment.
okay. Well, let me make the basic of that that factor.
Yeah,
Let me
the
say.
third dimension.
Look, yeah, okay. Look how it works. Look how it works. First thing you have is the activity,
Uh-huh.
right? You
You're
agree with
talking
me?
to the world and universe according to classical physics, right?
No. In a total universal dimensions. You know there are a lot of dimensions,
Uh-huh.
right?
But
But
there are main dimensions,
that
so yeah.
yes. Well, every dimension has its own chaos. It's a sequence of chaos. But miraculous of that chaos is it's in balance. So it's contradiction and controversial of everything, and that's the clear why the theory of everything is just balance in the chaos. Every component, everything that exists is a result of a chaotic activity. Look, uh, look how the Big Bang is explained.
Uh-huh.
It was a big chaos. It was a big chaos, and it comes together, and that comes together, and you get a balance, and that balance it has creating our world, and you can see it in all sequences in universal. So you are not agree with me. I want to hear your arguments
Uh-huh.
that explain why you not agree with me.
Okay, so you believe in activity, reactivity, and what was the third principle?
Indeed, action, reaction, activity.
Okay, so that's according to classical physics, am I correct?
Well, the metaphysica and the quantum theory have a little problem with this idea, but that's another topic. So
Uh-huh.
you cannot say it's an general conclusion,
Uh-huh.
because some parts in metaphysica, well, when you take the numerics physica, the numeric physics, the mathematical of numbers, then you have a little problem with what I said, because there you can see that you have a symmetry and an asymmetry. You need a symmetry to coming to, and an asymmetry to come back to a metric number.
Okay, so I will explain
one.
to you my answer.
Yes,
First of
please,
all,
go
I
ahead.
will start off with Mathematica. The number imagery for my theory of everything is represented in the flower of life. One circle plus another circle plus another circle plus another circle, and whatever group consciousness you're in equals one circle. 1 plus 1 equals 1. So that is the flower of life, reflective of the consistent wave. See the waveform interaction on the circles? It looks like a wave hitting a wall. It's representative of the third dimension. And so I am saying in quantum mechanics 1 plus 1 equals 1 is comprised, the guiding principles of reality is energy, light and information. And that level of consciousness is in the highest realm of consciousness, which is symbolic of the flower of life, which is presented as a non-dualistical thought system of utopia. And I know and understand the thought system of utopia and what its mission and goal is. More or less so does the government. And what I am saying is that energy, light and information and the thought system of utopia is not about activity, reactivity and action. It is about creation, co-creation and creation. It is about consistent...
But but excuse me, I interrupt you, but that's also an activity, that's also an action.
Yes.
Creation is produced, so it's an activity. And the reaction on it is the creativity, you see?
Yeah.
And you make, excuse me, I say it, but you make a mind mistake. You in your argument, you said life is circular, but life is not circular. Life is dynamic. You can see it in the universe. Nothing that exists stays as it is. It will be changed. It will not disappear, but it will change. So you never can go when life is circular, then you can go back to the time of Christus. Yes, because it is circular. So your past is equal of the future, and the future is equal of the past. Excuse me, sir, but in reality, is that not true? It's not real, because our life is dynamic. It means we going step by step in an evolution. We are result of evolution. Your turn, please.
Where I am coming from, the seat of my soul is the highest level of consciousness you will ever interact with, probably in your lifetime. So what I am saying is that the highest level of consciousness is non-specific. That is why it is not a balance in the force. The ego analyzes what the spirit accepts, and the two separate thought systems are mutually exclusive. You can't have a foot in classical physics and a foot in quantum mechanics. They're two entirely separate thought systems. You can't have a foot in both worlds. It's just not harmony, it's not balance. And I will tell you, as a psychic, the world will try and do that. At the moment, the world's fully living in the ego world of classical physics. The next stepping stone is to have a foot in both worlds. It's the inevitable epoch of consciousness. It's just, if I could have my say in it, I would try and skip that step, because that step I achieved in one lifetime. I had a foot in both worlds in one lifetime. And you can ascertain pure consciousness in a utopian society that is achievable in one lifetime as well. It's about consistent creation, not cause and effect. And what I mean...
That's philosophical. I want to talk about that. That's philosophical. That's very interesting. Yes? And you don't have to prove your philosophic idea, because it's your idea. Okay, but don't talk with me It means I am this or I have that or I that. Then I ask prove it. Prove it. Yes, I give you a few days ago a simple formula. And I noticed you did not understand it. It was the most elementary formula of life. It was a simple formula, but you did not understand it. So my conclusion is, excuse me, with respect for you, you don't have a higher conscience. If you have a higher conscience, you could understand that formula.
Okay, so
okay?
Are you talking about active, reactive?
I don't attack you. I don't.
I am in the belief that the holographic universe states that all problems are empty.
I don't think so. Oh, I'm terrible for you. because it's a result of the total chaos. You know the string theory?
Yeah.
Did you have this? Okay. Well, the string theory explains a little thing about that resonation of action. If I put my hand up, I use this space. Now I use this space in my dimension. Now I give it back to the space because my finger is. When I put my hand up, my finger up, I use the space so I can put up my action, my hand, activity. It's up. Action, reaction. Action, reaction. And the reaction is I use now the dimension in space. I prove it because you can see it. And now I give it back and there is space. Agree?
I agree that you are defining the third dimension, yeah.
3 dimensions. Not 5. 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're going to this.
Okay. I was just going
now we're going to this point.
Yeah.
You know what this point of the brain. You are expert of brains. I know you are. You know what happened here.
Yeah, frontal lobe.
You know what happened here. And there we have a link to the 4th dimension. Here. Agree?
Yeah.
What's that, 15? Okay, now, can we touch the 5th dimension? No, we can't. Because we have no resonations, waves, frequencies, who have the level of the 5 dimensions. It doesn't have other frequencies. You agree?
Well, I will say no, and I'll explain why.
Okay.
And I'll explain why. So
yes, of course.
Here we have the 3rd dimension.
Yes.
Here we have the 4th dimension because it's energetically linked.
Yes.
And now we have an integral whole. They go hand in hand, energetically linked. And so classical physics, quantum mechanics go hand in hand for the highest level of consciousness. To sum up the ego and the plight of humanity and its relationship to the universe, it's done by stating that there are only 3 basic human personality types that are representative of 3 basic algorithm, linguistics, and equation patterns in the human psyche that create their own matrix of information for all social and personal experiences. The either the bully, as 1 plus 1 equals 2, who uses logic and reason, who needs wisdom, or the submissive, as 2 plus 2 equals 5, who uses emotion and feeling, who needs love. And then there is the withdrawn, as 1 plus 1 equals 1, who needs willpower and courage. To purify the mind back away from all of the outer layers of the one divine spark, which is in heaven. For ideas leave not their source, and it is in the withdrawn personality type who can see outside of the push and pull power struggle of the bully and the submissive, of choosing to be right rather than happy, that helps awaken the two conflicting egos into one harmonious, free-flowing being. For in reality we are all one. One with the creator of the universe, and one in our souls in the sense that we are all energetically linked in the unified plane of existence. Now in the dystopian world of duality, of scarcity, lack, sin, guilt and fear, there is only the one reflection of the original choice to part ways with the unity and perfect oneness and perfect love of all life. When this original split happened, it only happened in the one mind of God, and it fragmented into an delusion of counting past one. So since innately we are all one, then there is only ever one ego and one Holy Spirit. And the ego mind developed an intelligence of its own. It split off, and this created 3 facets to the construct of the ego consciousness, which is the higher self, the lower self, and the mask. The higher self being the withdrawn, the lower self being the bully, and the mask being the submissive. In order to heal the lower self and the mask, we must practice forgiveness until we are certain there is no one to forgive in perfect oneness. And in the practice of showing loving forgiveness, do we melt away the frozen and numb emotions to finally free oneself from the cycle of birth and death, and return back to source awareness, free from judgment and the tyranny of the ego's God.